I have something interesting to share with you. Tonight, I'm just going to show you one camera. Now look at the URL at the top. It says avcams.faa.gov. I totally recommend this website. Anyways, tonight I'm just going to show you one thing, and I've been thinking about it, and I think it's pretty interesting. One camera, okay? So we're looking at Selawik West in Alaska, and the date is June 2nd. Okay, now look at the screen. Do you see the big red sphere? Look to the left of the pole, kind of between the two pieces of metal, right? The 9 o'clock position of the pole. Okay, the big red sphere. So I've been wondering, could that just be another lens flare like we see on the all-sky cams maybe? And maybe we're talking about a smaller object in close to the sun, and that's a lens flare. I mean, gotta be open-minded. Although honestly, to this point, when I've looked at these Alaska cams, I do think it's a huge object, like a brown dwarf star. But anyways, I found something that I think could shed a little more light on that, okay? So I'm going to go frame by frame forward and watch what happens. So I go back, no red orb, and I go forward, red orb, there it is. It's moving down a little bit, see? Behind the clouds. Now look at that. Where the red orb, look at the 11 o'clock position from the red orb. There's another sphere that's lit up. Okay, let's go back. This is amazing. Okay, so here's this red orb to the left of the pole, and I've been wondering, is it a flare or is it a huge object? But I said, honestly, I think it's a huge object. So I move it forward frame, move it forward frame, move it forward frame. Oh, what is that? That doesn't really look like a lens flare. That looks like an object. And then look how it's lit on the right-hand side. But we know that the sun's on the left-hand side. Watch this. Here comes the sun on the left-hand side. But look at that object. It's lit from the right-hand side, which tells me it's being lit from the brown dwarf star that it's orbiting. So now I think, see that? That is being lit by that first much bigger sphere. I don't think that's a lens flare. So folks, I think we're looking at Nemesis, the brown dwarf, is the big one. And I don't know which orbiting planet in the Nemesis system that could be. Helion or Arbota or Nibiru. But check that out. I mean, it explains it. The sun's on the left, but it's being lit from the right. Okay, watch. See, now it's a little crescent. And now you can't really see the brown dwarf, as I think it is. You just see this, I guess, orbiting planet. There it is. Look at that crescent. Now, look up to the sun on the left. Is that another sphere that I'm seeing right now? A little blue one. Look at that. Okay, go back. Look at the sun at the, right on the sun at the, I guess, 5 o'clock position. Is that a sphere? Kind of looks like it. No sphere. Sphere. See that? Look at the sun. No sphere. Sphere. So now we're seeing potentially 3 objects or more. Okay, there's that crescent, dealio. Okay, so let's watch the whole cycle from the beginning. Wrap it up. Okay, so watch as the huge red sphere, there it is, comes in. I don't think it's a lens flare. I never did actually on these cameras. Okay, look at that. That is not cool. That is not supposed to be there, and it's huge. And it's lit to the right, lit to the right, lit to the right. Here comes the sun to the left, and there's, I don't know, is that a blue object at the 5 o'clock? Look at that. Look at the sun, no object, and there's something there, possibly. Okay, but the crescent thing, that's nuts. Like, that is just undeniable, folks. There's no way that's a lens flare with, like, it's a waxing crescents or whatever. Okay, so that's some thinking and conclusions. And as a final comment, I've made a bunch of videos that show a huge sphere with a very distinct secondary smaller object all over all sky cams. Not tonight, but in the past, certainly. Okay. See you next time. Bye. Hey guys, how's it going? I have something interesting to share with you. Tonight, I'm just going to show you one camera. Now look at the URL at the top. It says avcams.faa.gov. I totally recommend this website. Anyways, tonight I'm just going to show you one thing, and I've been thinking about it, and I think it's pretty interesting. One camera, okay? So we're looking at Selawik West in Alaska, and the date is June 2nd. Okay, now look at the screen. Do you see the